Boom, there we go.
What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Chuhbbs podcast. I am yours truly, Chuhbbs, alongside with my pop mate, Mr. Roy Mighty. What's up, baby?
What's up, baby? What's up?
Cracking, big dog?
Man, have you called the cops yet?
I called the cops. I haven't called immigration on you.
Have you reported to the police of the robbery that just took place this weekend?
I did.
A lot of people are backtracking and rewatching. I've watched it 2.5 times. Highlights 3 times. Okay, so I saw it the night of. I saw it the next day, and then I did highlights. More so, it doesn't change for me. It's more so.
The more you watch it, the more it's more.
The more Loma wins. So we're talking about Lomachenko, Devin Haney. That was a robbery in my book. The way I looked at it.
It's very disappointing, bro. It's very disappointing. I'm very disappointed in boxing right now because it's just mind-boggling. You know what I mean?
Mind-boggling.
It's like, but at the same time, like, we should be used to this shit.
You know,
it happens so much. It happens so much frequently.
I want to say.
It's kind of.
I want to say.
You don't know how many people message me telling me I'm fucking done with boxing. This is why I left the first time.
Yeah.
Bullshit. This can't keep happening over and over and over and over. You know why? The week before or 2 weeks before, you had that rolling stoppage prematurely. Why? You know what I mean? A couple fights. You know, like look at Batir clearly won that fight. It was an undercard for what? Oh, for the Rolling fight. It was an undercard.
Oh yeah. Yep.
Batir got robbed. Batir clearly won that fight. And yeah, he started slow, but towards the middle, towards the end, Batir put in work enough to win. And these scorecards are fucking crazy. How are you gonna only give him 2 rounds? How are you only gonna give Loma 3 rounds like that?
I scored the fight. I scored the Loma fight with Haney. I scored it in live, and I scored it 7 rounds Loma. Right. And 8, you could swing 8 because that 10th round is the one that's talked about. And a lot of people are talking about the scorecard on the 10th round being given to Haney. How are you gonna give that round to Haney?
When he only landed 2 punches in the whole entire round.
This is the argument I got. This is the argument, and not to cut you off and get into this fight, but it's one of many examples like Rayo. You know, Rayo in that fight. A lot of people could have swung it one way or another. I don't know. You know, it comes down to what the judges, right? What the judges see, and it's a point system. So it's not based on how.
Left the Benavides camp, brother.
Say again.
Rayo left the Benavides camp, brother.
Oh, shut up! I did not know. Breaking news for us. But nevertheless, it comes down to the judges, and the judges go off of a point system, and the point system is based on each round. The argument I'm getting from people is, he moves a lot, you run a lot, and they go, how can Mayweather run? And it's not and he can get away with it, and Loma can't do it, or something like that. Point is, boxing is stick and move, not move and move. Boxing is hit, not get hit. And when Loma is a work of art, man. True work of art. The guy, his angles are crazy, and he's touching you with something. I just don't see how you can score it the way they scored it, in my opinion. And I go back to saying it goes back to the judges. I think we've got some judges in there that just don't belong in there.
That are easily
I want to.
persuade with money.
Is that what?
That are easily persuade with money.
Yeah, man, that is such a touchy road to go down. Just to give an example, when Floyd Mayweather fought Canelo, you've got to be half blind to watch that and say Canelo won. Nobody who saw that fight can say that. One judge did. At the end of the fight, there was no way, even as a major Canelo fan, which I threw a party for, no major Canelo fan can stand up and go, yeah, I think he got it. I think he won. Right? And at the end of the fight, when they're taking the gloves off, they go, and we go by split decision. And I'm like, what? What split decision? Where'd they split it? Like, what judge was watching that fight? They weren't. They had to have been asleep. And I say it goes back to the judges because the way boxing as a whole is making adjustments with these commentators, like you got to. My favorite commentator is Joe Goose, right? He's my favorite trainer, my favorite commentator, but he knows boxing. He knows what he's looking at. He understands it. He knows what these boxers are doing and the strategy. But on top of that, you got boxers being commentators. And one of the best ones, in my opinion, is Andre Ward. And Andre Ward knows what he's looking at, knows what he's talking about.
Tim Bradley's pretty good.
Say what?
Tim Bradley's pretty good.
Tim Bradley's pretty good. Paulie was actually really good, in my opinion. Sometimes he was a little wild.
Paulie's been saying some wild shit, bro, on Twitter.
What did he say?
A few days that boxing favors black fighters because they don't like white fighters. Because white fighters don't bring enough revenue to boxing like black fighters do. So they tend to favor black fighters more than white fighters.
Look, the politics.
Boxing doesn't like white fighters. That's all the crazy shit that's been coming out of Paulie Malignaggi's Twitter.
Yeah, but that argument kind of falls apart when you talk skin color because the biggest draw in boxing right now is red. Well, redheaded, light skin, Mexican, Canelo, bro. He's the biggest draw, the biggest thing in boxing. Ryan Garcia, whether you like it or not, Ryan Garcia is a draw. He puts asses in seats, and he is not black. The Mayweather era is done. He's retired. It's done. It's a new thing. The next era is what we're living in is Canelo. He's not black. And what it looked like for a moment was Ryan Garcia was going to take that mantle. It's on shaky legs now, but he's not black.
He's on Bambi legs.
He's on Bambi legs. It looks like I can make a really strong argument that Tank Davis could take. He's not theatrical. He's not charismatic. He's just a fucking dog. He's like Mike Tyson. No, actually, I can't say Mike Tyson because he was theatrical, super theatrical. But I'm sorry, like Manny Pacquiao, that's a great example. Manny Pacquiao did not put on a show prior to, but he put on a fucking show fight night. So that argument kind of falls apart. I don't think it's favored to a skin color, if that makes any sense.
Just a reminder that's not coming from us or the Boxing Show podcast.
Yeah, that's coming from Paulie. You said Paulie?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Paulie wild, man. Paulie wild. But
we like
back to my no, absolutely. There's not one racist bone in my body. If back to my point, if you're making that argument for the judges, I say they take more of an active step to getting new judges that have been in the sport somewhat, that more thoroughly understand boxing, kind of like they did with the commentators. Because commentators now, compared to like Jim Lampley was one of my favorite, is actually probably my all-time favorite commentator. But he had been around. He's so freaking passionate about the sport that he dedicated his life to understanding it. I mean, the guy would cry when certain events and moments would happen in boxing. He loved it. You kind of catered to that and understood. But then they have other commentators that they tried over the years, HBO, and you're like, what the hell are you talking about? Like, you could tell he was making stuff up as he went. Like, dude, you've never been punched in the face. Like, you don't get it. Putting these boxers in, like Sergio Mora is a better, my opinion, better commentator than he was a boxer, but he understood it. You know, Andre Ward, great.
Some wild shit though, too, though.
That's what I said. I think he's a better commentator than he was a boxer, but he's not up there. And Abner Mares is really good. Yeah, Tim Bradley's good. The only reason I didn't bring in Tim Bradley in the top first names that I said is because he's a little biased. Tim Bradley's biased to top ranked fighters. In this case, like, look at this case in particular. He's like, oh, robbery. 2 days later, he's like, no, I take it back. You know, I watched it, and you know, Haney won. And a lot of these top Shakur, same thing.
Chang, bro, of course, he got checked.
And Shakur too. Shakur went up there, and he's like, now he got robbed. You know, I'm next. Now he's like, hey, you know, I watched it, and Haney won. I'm like, I don't know, man. Top ranked reps and fighters are the only ones really saying that. Everybody else is like, man, Loma. I think we're just used to Loma putting on a master class in every fight, and he didn't put on a master class. Yet, you know, Haney's big and he's strong. Doesn't matter. I've watched the fight 2.5 times. I might watch it a full third time, and I'm pretty confident that Loma would win that third time on that TV. Strip away the fight.
Commentary.
Yeah, strip everything away. Like, yeah, I turned it down. I turned it down. I just watched it
twice.
Yeah, me too.
Because not to cut you off, but Melody, the beauty of boxing, she saw Devin Haney win. And I was like, well, elaborate, because I don't know what the fuck you're looking at to make you feel that way. She was like, I've watched boxing since I was a kid. And I was like, motherfucker, so have I. You're used to people getting robbed. Oh shit, we had 10 minutes left, bro. You're used to people getting robbed. So, what is it exactly that you need? I don't see Devin landing the cleaner shot. He had one good shot, bro, and that was the hook to the body. That was landing all night.
This is what I was saying. Strip all of it away, and what does he have? Devin Haney has a pretty solid jab, size, and pretty decent ring IQ. That's it. He doesn't have crazy footwork. He doesn't have crazy ring generalship. He doesn't have a crazy chin. He doesn't have crazy power. I don't know. That's where I stand, man. I still say Loma took it. I want to say I understand boxing a little bit better than the next guy, the average casual guy, but that's just my opinion, man. I saw Loma win. That's my opinion.
I had it 4-4 after the 8th.
After the 8th, yeah. No, I was like, okay, it could go either way.
I had it 4-4 after the 8th. Then I think Haney took the 9th, and then Loma just took over.
Loma took off towards the end. That's what I mean. I don't know. That's where I stand. What's your official call?
My official call is 7.
But Loma.
Yeah. I'm telling you, I had Loma. I had it tied after the 8th round. After the 8th round, it was 4-4.
I just want to make it clear that ringing is not here. The fire alarm's not here. No, I'm just kidding. Hey, but hey, did you hear the news?
The fake news?
No, Crawford, Spence.
It's not signed yet, bro.
Oh, it's not?
It's not signed yet.
Just kidding. So see, no wonder a lot of people were saying, "I'll believe it when I see it." I think it's going to happen. I think it's going to happen, though.
Do you know what they want the undercard, the co-main event to be?
Oh, let's figure that out.
No, it's already. They're already talking about what the co-main event is going to be.
Who?
Fucking Tank and Pitbull too.
That'd be tight.
There's no
Who
fucking
should?
way. There's no way Tank will be a co-main event, bro.
No, that okay. That's what I was gonna say. I don't know that would happen because Tank wants top billing. He deserves top billing.
Oh, yeah.
You know who doesn't deserve top billing right now? Ryan Garcia. You know who Ryan Garcia should fight next? Teofimo Lopez. That's then he's not gonna get past Josh Taylor, in my opinion. If he does, him and Ryan. Ryan take a little tune-up fight, and then they both get at it.
You think Josh Taylor beats?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
I see that.
Absolutely. I know people say the last fight didn't look like Josh Taylor. Josh Taylor's gonna. He took a step back to the drawing board. He's Teal is extremely talented. Don't get me wrong. Extremely talented, fluid, very snappy. Very his angles are good. He's got that rhythm that a lot of boxers don't have. Very good footwork, and he's got the grit. He ain't got this. He ain't got this.
Camboso stripped that from him when he beat him.
Snatched his soul, bro. Yeah. And I don't care what people say about Kambosos. Oh, he went up and he lost. He went up against names immediately after. He didn't take up tune-up fights and twice back to back. Kambosos is a dog. He'll snatch that soul right. But yeah, I think Ryan should fight. I think Ryan should fight Tio next.
What do you think about Devin's dad saying that the fight was nowhere close for a rematch?
He's full of shit. Full of shit. Because all the greats, I always go back to Floyd Mayweather. I don't know why he's the best fighter in my era. He fought every controversial Maidana, Castillo, everybody that was controversial. He went back and dominated. Canelo, same thing. I think Canelo's going for the Bivol rematch because he wants to shut everybody up. That's what you're supposed to do. If you're that confident, there was no knockout, there was no stoppage. It was super controversial. Go back and run it again. You know, with different judges, by the way.
I think we should be the judges for the next fight.
Don't even get me started, bro. Don't even get me started. So, what do you think? What do you think of Ryan Garcia joining Derek James?
They're gonna be the same result.
That's what I'm saying. You could change 20 trainers. It doesn't matter. It doesn't, dude. I think they had the great game plan going into the Tank fight. I'm talking about Ryan. Joe put up a great game plan. You can't train balls. You needed balls to get up. If you watch the aftermath or the all access, the camera, he says it straight up. Oh, he got you in the rib, didn't he? And he goes, yeah, he got me in the rib real good. That's why I didn't want to continue. Like, motherfucker, you didn't want to continue. You need balls. You should have got up, and that's what makes great moments in fights like that. You get fun. Dude, I expected him to pull off a miracle moment. Not miracle, but like one of those iconic moments. Like, this is the fight of your life. This is establishing your name with all like what you're supposed to be. You're supposed to get up, and everyone else has done it. It's possible. You just got to have the balls to do it. Get what I'm saying? Diego Corrales.
His balls are in his stomach.
He just doesn't have. He doesn't have that. You know, he's weak, dude. Sorry, Ryan.
Did you get it?
The what?
When I said that his balls are in his stomach.
Yeah, you got uterus. I got it. I got it. Oh man, yeah. You just. I was expecting the moment, like, oh, he's gonna get up and he's gonna shock the world right now. And homeboy didn't get up, man. Oh my god. Anyway,
poor Joe.
Nah, man. I give Joe all the credit. You can't train balls, dude. It's like a chin. You got it or you don't.
Yeah. Well, we just wanted to jump on and touch base and give a little breakdown of what happened and why and how.
Just a little quickie.
Just a little quickie, like Lou's used to.
Like Chuhbbs is. Wow, man, I didn't have a comeback.
But we will be back. We got some things stirring up in the kitchen, so you'll be seeing. Hopefully next week we have a full episode out with a couple more videos on YouTube. Make sure you guys stay tuned for that. If you don't follow us on Instagram, go ahead and follow us at the Boxing Club _podcast and the Boxing Club podcast on Facebook and Twitter. And make sure you guys subscribe, follow, and hit the ring bell.
Click that. It's free. Just so you guys know, it's free.
Yeah,
just click subscribe.
Give us a free click. We're not on Patreon yet, so we ain't charging you.
Yeah, exactly.
But make sure you guys go follow Pro Level. What is it? Pro Level
_apparel. Shit coming.
Pro Level _apparel and Boxing Club podcast. Boxing Club _podcast. We got some pretty cool shit coming soon, so stay tuned for that. And anything else, my fellow flatmate?
That's it, man. That's it. I just want to touch on that.
I want you to touch on this. And we out.
Later.